Sure, I'm a bit late to the party, but I'm finally checking out System Critical 2 on the PlayStation VR2. So I'm in the training mode right now. I've never played the first game because it's not available on PlayStation VR 1 or 2. However, the third game is in the works, coming out soon, so I figured, well, now is the time for me to check this stuff out so I can be ready when the third game finally drops. Now I have to keep my expectations in check here. You can expect a AAA experience. This was made by, I believe, just one person, a solo dev. But I give a lot of credit to people that are able to pull something like this off all by themselves, and he's definitely learning because I can tell that the next game already looks better than this one. Arcane Age, Kayak Mirage, Ancient Dungeon, all made by just a few people. Incredible. Mega Man 2 is actually still one of my favorite video games of all time. And if you can tell from this level select screen, the dev was influenced by that game as well. And this is kind of the closest thing you'll probably get to Mega Man in VR at this current time. It's fast, it's got shooting, and it's got platforming. Now, I don't get motion sickness in VR almost ever, but if you're the type that's prone to motion sickness, I would probably avoid this game until you've built up your VR legs because you're moving very quickly, there's double jumps, and you're shooting. It's very fast, and you have to be able to handle it. If you know the Mega Man series, you'll know why this weapon, really makes you feel like him. It's running very smooth, the frame rate and all that. I'm playing on a PlayStation 5 Pro, but I'm sure it runs just as good on a regular PS5. I mean, there's nothing crazily intense going on here. The biggest flaw to me is the menu. I can't figure out how to, quit a stage and pause and go back to another thing. I can't adjust the sound or the sound effects, so I couldn't even have the sound in the video. It was too loud, I had to re-record the voiceover. And the music, I guess it would be okay if it had some more melodies and the songs were longer, but they're just a bunch of loops. I gotta give the guy credit though, he made his own trilogy, he probably did the music himself, and he wants to do it all himself, so I totally understand. But it's by far the worst part of the game, and if I could shut it off and listen to my own music while I was playing, I would play the game a lot longer. The sound effects are pretty good though, I just have them shut off right now because I had no way of lowering them. These games are meant to be retro hard, so supposedly the first game is even harder than this one. There are checkpoints, thank goodness, but it's still hard. I'm having a good time though, and the graphics are, they're indie, but they're pretty colors, nice to look at, and there are different color schemes and environments on some of the other stages, so it's not all blue. And the shooting is very sensitive, but it feels good. If you just love shooting things and running around fast and jumping on platforms, what's there to lose? He even managed to get adaptive triggers working in the game, so, it feels good. Again, my only problem is I couldn't figure out how to even pause or quit or anything without reloading the whole game just to pick a different stage. It was 2 a.m. and I was tired, so maybe I just screwed it up. What's nice is if you do get frustrated or you want to try a different stage, you can select a different stage from the very beginning. And he threw in a cool little transitional screen as you're traveling. He squeezed a little story in there too with a couple images and stuff, but pretty much what you see is what you get. What you're looking at is exactly what you're getting, except you're in 3D and you're going to be inside this world. He did some cool things with the planets in the background here. I really like the colors here. And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to recommend to everybody, but if you want a challenge at the right price and for the right person, especially someone who's into retro games, with some looping dance music tracks, especially when it goes down to one of those really cheap sales for a few dollars, you can actually switch this weapon back and forth. But anyway, I love supporting indies and solo devs and watching them grow. I'm very, very interested in how the third game's gonna turn out. If I had to rate it, I would probably rate it somewhere between a 6 and a 7. And that's not a bad thing. One of my favorite VR games is a 6. It looks like he's really stepping it up for the third game, and who knows, maybe that one will be an 8 or a 9. Cheers, folks.